So today we're going to go to basically the Hamilton Coffee and Classics, but as a bit of a difference, I'm going to show you the trip getting there before we go in. Now also I'm going to go into the museum itself, and I'm going to do some videoing around the museum because apparently it's really good. So yeah. I have to apologise for not posting as many videos as I would like lately, but so I've been doing shorts because they're a lot easier, and you still get to see what I'm looking at and what interests me. So other than that, hey, let's go on a journey, shall we? You know, the worst thing about getting old is you look like this. And this isn't a great look. The best thing about getting old is you can get to afford toys like this. And that's brilliant. Honestly, on the summer's morning, and honestly, I don't know if you can hear me, but on a summer's morning with blue skies and an open top car, it's ropey as hell. This is just the best feeling in the world. Now, as you can see, one of the reasons I use a helmet is for safety, communication, so I've got my Cardo unit set up so I can hear my music and not the exhaust. But another reason is these cars don't have sun visors, and as you can see, the sun's low enough to blind me, so hence the reason why I've got the helmet. How can you not love a well-prepared car like a La Gondola? Oh my gosh. So apparently it's going for a drive to the South Island in a rally, so they're just giving it a shakedown test. Okay, so the first thing we have is the entrance to the Classics Museum, done up as a Wurlitzer jukebox. Well, that's a pretty cool entrance, you have to admit. Now, sitting up on the top there, just so everyone can see, we've got a car, and speaking of cars, there's the little yellow one hidden there. So, that's your entrance. Right, so as we come through the doors, we've got a large selection of memorabilia. Now, I can actually even remember most of this, so that's a bit unfortunate. You know, the picnic sets, which, you know, obviously would go down well with my car. Look at that. The original Motorola brick. Yeah, that's what set it all in motion. Okay, so there's the memorabilia side of that. Actually, I even remember these machines in the local fish and chip shop, so. Right, conditions of entry. Well, that stuff's all pretty common sense, isn't it? Now, I do love restored cars, and it looks to be that we have quite a lot of them here. So this could be quite a decent video. For a start, look, now as much as I would love any of these cars sitting in my garage, the oil tanker here, or the petrol tanker, is probably the jewel. I would absolutely love to have that sitting in my shed. So it's and you know, diamond tea. Oh, I love me a diamond tea. Even the windows look gangster. Fortunate you can't see a hell of a lot there. Okay, let's carry on. The obligatory Corvette. Now, again, don't mind me a Corvette. Ah, a Packard. Oh. A Packard 8 Victoria Coupe. Done in a splendid deep green. It is an absolute stunning car. Now, Packards are a really nice car anyway. Big enough to be more than a two-door, that's for sure. Sorry, a coupe. Get it right. Okay, so Oh, we've got a cord over there, but Taste of Honey. So, a New Zealand hot rod, Ford Y block. It's a House of Colour orange. I don't know if it comes through that well. And you've got the Wurlitzer radio, Wurlitzer music boxes, radiograms in the background. That almost makes my car look practical. As we swing around, we've got a very early Corvette. And again, in a museum, you expect them to be well presented. They are. Get you up, 57 Corvette with a 283 in it. We can have a quick look. So it's first of the fuel-injected cars. Again, stunning. Is that a Sunbeam, perhaps? Or a Triumph? 1946 Triumph TR. What I like about this car is the dicky, what they call the dicky seat in the back, has even got a little windscreen for the passengers so they don't get too wet. Oh my goodness. Obviously seatbelts weren't even invented back then. And now, we can't go past a whole lot of scooters. We're coming into one that I actually had. I actually had a Pooch, however you want to call it, scooter. I never had Vespas. But yeah, I'd quite happily ride a... Oh, there's another Pook. Quite happily ride another scooter. I thought they're quite cool. And then we've got the quintessential. Now this looks to be a Citroen, but is it? It is. Is that a 38 Citroen sedan? Well, they didn't change a hell of a lot. Now, this is quite honestly the star of the show. A Bugatti Type 57 S Atlantic Coupe. Quite honestly, I absolutely love it. Now, this car was, I don't know if you'd say restored, but built here at the museum. basically a concept car of the day. Right, so what I'll do is just quickly go over these, and you can pause it and read it to where you want. Now, these may be out of order, but you can get the idea of just what everything's doing. Like I said, all you have to do is pause so you can read it and look at the pictures. There is a lot of information there, and so there should be. It is a world-class restoration. Oh. One more close look at it. Let's see if we can see inside a little bit. Fabulous interior. I know it seems hard to imagine, but the genuine one worth over 100 million, I'd hate to think what that is nowadays. Okay, so we're back in Memorabilia Town, obviously. Just everything. Yeah, from the toys when I was a kid to the number plate wall. Now, each colour represents a different period of time for New Zealand number plates. So if you've got one and you're wondering what it actually means, well, here we go. I'll just scroll down there, and again, you can just pause it when you see the one you want. There we go. And of course, we've got a whole lot of, I guess, American plates. All the AA badges. Now, I actually have a couple of these, but nothing like that. And then we've got the micro cars. A Velocicar, 51 to 53. Little cutie, isn't it? I don't think I'd be doing the Three Sisters or the Desert Road and that. But then again, it'd be an interesting challenge. What's that? Initial thoughts are a Buckley, but I guess we'll find out. Sorry, Berkeley. And yes, I'm right. And then we've got the Goggle-mobile. I just love the name of them. I believe they're more common in Australia than they were in New Zealand, but again, tiny little car. Okay, now, Fiat 600 van, taxi van. I just love the small cars. And we've got the early Fiat 600. And again, I can show you what they are. Fiat Topolino. Now, normally you would see these bodies on drag cars. There's what they look like before they got modified. Again, little Fiat 500, little Bambino, and again I'll give you the blurb, and you can pause it and read it to your little heart's content, and then the BMW Isetta. Great little car, just had a few problems. We've got another Bugatti. And again, I absolutely love my Bugattis. Who wouldn't want a Bugatti sitting in their garage? What I loved about Bugatti was not so much the cars, but the man himself. He was an engineer whom enough was never good enough. He never had the she'll be right attitude. All he ever wanted to do was make perfection. And as an engineer, I can understand that, but with customers and time constraints, we're not allowed to do that. So, in essence, Bugatti was really my hero. He didn't care. He just wanted to do the very best. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. An Auburn. Now, most people would give certain parts of their body to own an Auburn. Buick, very nice Buick at that. Then we've got a cord. Actually, it looks like we've got two cords lined up, two supercharged cords. Oh no, sorry, I'm stand corrected. One is an Auburn Speedster and the other one is a cord. Or shall we go and have a look at the interior of the cord as well? So I love the boat tail. That's so cool. The cord. Okay, so carry on having a look around. What's that peeking behind there? Rather unusual wheels on that. What is that little car? A Renault 4CV, 1952. Interesting. We walk around another part of the garage. Oh, it looks like a Studebaker. Oh, there's another Packard. Aren't they a cool looking car? Again, we've got another big Let's have a quick look inside. Even got headrests. Okay, we've got a later model Packard. Well, that is a very elegant two-door coupe. It certainly has a presence, doesn't it? Okay, we've got the Chevy Master 85 Deluxe Coupe. Okay, let's quickly swing around and go to this. And we can see that it's an aluminium build. And 1922 ABC automobile, English. Weighing in at just over 300 kgs. This thing is lighter than my McGregor. And again, I do believe my McGregor would outhandle it. And judging by the BMW looking type motor in there, probably outperform it as well. Okay, so let's get on to some more things. The old Toyota Land Cruiser. Okay, that one's interesting. FJ40. Okay, so there we go for those that are interested in the FJ40s. I'd say there aren't too many of those around. Oh, and look, a favourite of mine. Good old Landy. Yeah, the music would get is getting rather annoying. Okay, so let's get back there. Quite a Spartan interior, but it was a workhorse. Wasn't meant to be a luxury thing. Driven down to the soccer mums dropping the kids off. This thing was a workhorse for the farms and the industrial areas. Pretty much exactly like one of these. Oh, let's see if I can. '87 Toyota Hilux. Geez, I remember these. Every farmer had one of these. This is in amazing condition. It's almost like there was no rust ever in it. But you know they were shipped with rust. And on the back of there we can see the reason why we're getting horrible music. Yes. Yeah. Oh, we should have toured the South Island in one of these. I imagine it would be not that fun. Oh, look at that. Ever wanted to own a Messerschmitt? Yeah. K200. And next to it we've got a Trojan 200 Heinkel. So I guess the factories after the war, after World War II, needed to be able to produce something to carry on and keep people employed. So they made little cars. Little cars being more fuel efficient so that because people didn't have a lot of money. There we go, that was the reason for it. I would guess. I mean, by all means, tell me if I'm wrong. Right, this is upstairs to the Motor Museum. So shall we carry on? Now we've got a motorcycle selection in the corner here. AJS, Beezer or BSA, Early Indian, Excelsior. The fact I know half these names is rather sad. Look around and we've got our little mopeds. Again, it was a way for Kiwis to get around quickly around town without having to buy a car. Right, let's go on to the cars. Looks like we've got a 2CV delivery van right next to the obligatory 2CV. Again, it would be really quirky touring New Zealand in one of these. Oh, no, sorry. If you've got to do it, a soft top Morris Minor, little highlight, soft top. What are we looking at? 1953. Nash Metropolitan. Again, a good looking car. Then we go into the not so great cars. Sorry, I little Austin. Yeah, no, not for me. But then again, we've got a Hillman Imp. Now these are a cool little car. I actually really like the little Hillman Imps. That one's a 65 Hillman Imp. And then we've got a 77 Honda City. Oh, sorry, Honda Civic, first generation, not a City. Get it right. Datsun. A little 1200 coupe. Again, a cool little car. First generation MX-5 with, and I'm really sorry, the ugliest wheels known to man, without a doubt, so sorry. Looks like a home built old Rudge. Now, a McLaren M6 GT. It's obviously a replica. I think there's only one or two ever built. So this was Bruce McLaren's first attempt at a road car. So 1969, he decided that he was going to start making road cars, and this is what they looked like. Now, to be quite honest, that is a cool looking car, and it's a McLaren. Well, actually it's a replica, but still. Very, very cool. Okay, let's swing around to the elephant in the room. Oh, cool, okay. Here we go. There's a QR code for you to get the backstory of this car. So, 66 Mark II GT40. It's running a side oiler, a 427 side oiler, which is an amazing motor. ZF Trans 5-speed. Let's have a quick look in there. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what you won't see on the top here is the gurney bubble. So that means that you have to be a midget to drive this car. Honestly, I've sat in replicas before, and they, even with your seat on the floor pan with absolutely no clearance, you've got to pull your head in to be able to get in. And in fact, for the racing side of things, Dan Gurney couldn't fit in, so they created what they called the gurney bubble, which was a bubble above the door. But yes, I do like GT40s. I just can't fit in them. And yeah, as you can see, I actually do like my historic race cars. Interesting motor, looks like to be an aircraft motor, Continental maybe. Oh, Lycoming. Not a Continental, it's a Lycoming. So that actually could be the Lycoming Special, which again, famous New Zealand race car. Okay, so let's carry on with one of Scott Dixon's cars. And yeah, as much as I like race cars, I know that I can't fit in something that tiny. Speedway. Midget. Speedway bike. As used by New Zealand 9-time world champion Ivan Majors. I'm not too sure if that is actually Ivan Majors' bike or it's a replica, but hey, it's very cool. And you'll notice on the front, no brakes. So we'll use the brakes on the rear. No, because there were no brakes on the rear either. That's what I've always wanted to do, was run on a bike with no brakes whatsoever. Now look, there's the NZetta. So New Zealand's version of a scooter. Oh, okay. It's a Vespa car. I did not know they even made Vespa cars. Wow. Very interesting. Okay, so carry on. Lancia. Lancia Favleva 1800 coupe. Borg Warg Isabella. I know what that is. That's a Fiat 124 Sport soft top. Now, interestingly enough, the soft top and the Fiat 124 Sport Coupe are completely different body styles. I prefer the coupe over the soft top, to be brutally honest. But still, we're both very popular cars. In New Zealand, we've got Auto Union. And then a 401 Bristol, 1950 Bristol. Oh, how's that for Art Deco? Hell yes. Oh, so cool. It looks very much like a BMW front grille, and I've always maintained that. Now, I could be wrong, most people would tell me I am, but I still think it is. Now, I imagine that a Bristol coupe like this is not a cheap option to have. Okay, so that's the end of the videos. What I will do is just put you out.
That styling gave the Mark II star quality on 16 million TV screens every week.
Love that car. Okay, so that's the end of the tour for the Hamilton Classic Car Museum. Hope you enjoyed it. For me, look, honestly, I would love to have any one of these vehicles sitting in my shed. But I guess I've got to be happy with what I've got. I'm actually very happy with what I've got. My Ute, the Jag, and the McGregor. 3 cars, that's more than enough for me personally. For some people, that's a start. For some people, that's too much. But for me, it's just right. All my cars are in good usable condition. I have no projects at the moment. Oh, sorry, it's getting a little bit heavy. And I'm enjoying driving them around. That being said, does not to say that I won't do something in the near future or late future when I retire. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed it. There is going to be more of this sort of content, and if you don't enjoy it, I do apologise. We will be doing a hell of a lot more other things as well. But if you do enjoy it and you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe, because I'm always trying to get new content on. Okay guys, you have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.